Hello, and my name is Robbie from Girl Bike Glove. In this video, we are going to be telling you how to remove a crank arm off an exercise bike. Let's go. So why might you need to remove a bike crank arm? Well, the first reason being to replace or repair. So a very common problem on exercise bikes is people either put the pedals in the wrong way or they use them when they're not in tight enough. This causes the crank arm to cross thread on the pedal spindle, and it means it either needs taking off and repairing or completely replacing. The next reason being for storage. So just say you wanted to get the bike as small as possible to either send it somewhere or store it in your house if you don't plan to use it for a while. Then removing the pedal crank arms can not only get rid of the pedals, but it also makes the bike a lot smaller and slimmer. And finally, the last reason why you might find yourself removing those crank arms is to swap them out for different crank arms. So if you're very tall, you might want to use longer crank arms, such as 172.5mm. If you're fairly short and looking for a better fit, you might want shorter crank arms, which are 165mm. So what tools are you going to need to remove an exercise bike crank arm? Well, we're working on a modern bike crank arm today, so you're not going to need much. A set of Allen keys or just a singular 6mm Allen key should be fine, and possibly maybe a screwdriver. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to locate the pinch bolt on the crank arm. So typically you'll find it just at the top of the crank arm here, and you'll be able to tell it's the bolt because it'll have a small hexagonal top which we put our Allen key into. So next we need to remove the bolt. So take your Allen key, it's more than likely going to be a 6mm, pop it into the top of the bolt and turn anti-clockwise. It might be quite tight, but it should loosen off really quickly after a few turns. So a lot of people recommend just loosening the bolt. I personally would take the bolt out altogether. You'll probably notice at this point it's still on fairly tight. So what you need to do is just wiggle the arm and it should come loose. If you do find that it is really stuck, take your screwdriver, pop it into the top, pry it open a little bit, and then wiggle it back and forwards, and then eventually the crank arm will just fall off like so. Removing a modern exercise bike crank is as easy as that. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video today. Make sure to subscribe to the Girl Bike Glove YouTube channel. If you've got any useful hints or tips, drop them in the comments below.